Hi, it's Chef Rick, and today I'm making a McCarthy salad. This is a salad, and the first thing we're going to make is the vinaigrette. This is an aged balsamic vinaigrette, basically salad dressing, and it's what holds this whole salad together. It's an amazing salad, probably my favourite in the world. But so much of that comes down to making this vinaigrette right, so just copy me. First thing I'm doing here is just getting a garlic, to which I've peeled off all those outside layers. We're going to roast this. I'm going to show you how to roast a garlic. Chop off the top until each of the cloves of garlic has just got the very top bit of it exposed. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Again, do small chops and then add additional ones like I'm doing here, because you can always kind of keep chopping. You can't reverse if you've chopped too much. You see how all the outside leaves have been taken off, and we've just been left with some of those garlic cloves kind of poking out through the top. Easy way to do it is to put it in like a muffin tray like this, on with some olive oil, and just make like a little lid for it out of tin foil. And then that goes into the oven. That roasts in the oven for about 40 minutes. All the temperatures will be in the description below, but there you go, that is beautifully roasted garlic. For this vinaigrette, we're just going to use 3 cloves, but you'll see how easy they come out of the skin. Just beautiful soft roasted garlic. You mix that in with butter for the most amazing garlic butter. Spread it directly on toast. Just pop one of those cloves straight in your mouth. But for the purpose of this dressing, we're going to use 3 of them. This is a shallot, banana shallot, which I'm just going to top and tail, peel off the skin, and then just very roughly chop. This is all going to get blended together, you see, so we don't need to be too precious about the shallot there. So into the blender, that's an aged balsamic vinegar, the shallot, some brown sugar, the 3 cloves of roasted garlic, some Dijon mustard, make sure that's all in, salt, black pepper, and now just whiz that all together. You want that completely kind of pureed, just as blitzed as you like, because you want all of the shallot and everything to just form in that liquid. You don't want pieces in there. So what we're doing now is just carefully drizzling in some canola oil. And this is called emulsifying or emulsification. So by drizzling this in quite slowly, you don't have to be really slow with it, but by drizzling this in slowly whilst it's whisking, it combines, and it means that the oil and the vinegar won't separate if left. Always give the sauce the bottle a little shake, but test it, season it, back on. And we're just going to keep drizzling in little bits of the canola oil just until it's at a really nice texture. That's what it's going to look like inside. And that's our vinaigrette. You can see that it's not overly thick, but it is obviously a lot thicker than just that vinegar and oil, and it's all combined beautifully. It's a really nice colour. It's an amazing salad dressing. Put it in a bottle, because you're going to use it in this, and you're going to use it in every other salad that you have for the next week, I promise. Now let's go on to the components of the salad itself. So we need a grilled chicken breast. So the first thing we're going to do is take a free-range chicken breast, trim off any of those little connective bits at the top like we always do, and we're going to brine this chicken. Brining it, first thing we're going to do is just prick the breast like that, and we're going to make some salt water by adding salt to water. Obviously this is cold water. We're going to put the chicken breast in there. Now, I brine a chicken breast for around about an hour. Some people say for 10 minutes, some people say for a day. I think an hour is absolutely perfect, but there's our chicken breast. What we're going to do is that when we grill it, the brining process keeps everything super moist. I'm going to butterfly the chicken here, so just really carefully with the knife underneath your fingers, so if it slips you're just going to go down into the chopping board and not into your hand. We're going to open up that chicken breast, just season it with some salt and pepper, and some olive oil, and then season side down onto a lined baking tray. Season the exposed top with salt, pepper, and again some of the olive oil. under a grill for about 10 minutes. That's had around about 10 minutes, you can see there, so it's just getting a little bit of colour on it. Now we're going to turn that over and do the final 10 minutes on the other side, and then there you go. Now of course that's really hot, so you got to let that completely cool down, and I always find whenever you're letting meat cool, you want to keep all of that moisture in here. So I will just wrap that up very kind of loosely in some tin foil and let that sit on the side until you're ready. That's sat on the side now for about half an hour, so it's all perfectly cold, totally easy to handle. And what we're going to do is we're going to chop this into small cubes by first of course going lengthways, and I will just show you can see for grilled chicken that's as moist as any chicken you'll get, and that's because we did the brining process. So it's kind of fresh, healthy, delicious, but still lovely and soft, juicy. I'm just going to chop it up lengthways and then take each of those lengths, just like whenever we're doing anything and we want to make it into smaller cubes. We're going to take each of the lengths and then chop into those sideways on. So there's our chicken pieces. That's one of the components for the top of this salad. Gorgeous. Next one is Applewood smoked bacon. So this is a streaky bacon, so you want to get smoked streaky bacon, which we're just going to line a lined bacon tray, which is then going to go under a hot grill. Don't add any oil, of course, that bacon's full of fat, which is going to render down. You can see how much it's shrunk. Just give it a flip after maybe about 4 or 5 minutes. And just before it goes black, you want that bacon as dark as you can get it before it starts to really burn and go black, so it stays lovely and crispy. Get that out again, let it cool until you can handle it, but you can see you've got those absolutely perfect and beautiful bits of bacon, which now we're just going to roughly chop. These are going to kind of start crumbling apart as you start to chop into them, so you can't really be too precious about how you're going to chop them, but like I say, we'll speed it up. But there's no real technique, we're just going to work back and forth over the bacon until it's all in beautiful little crunchy bacon bits. So there's your Applewood smoked bacon bits. Cheese. What do you want me to tell you? It's a block of cheddar cheese, aged cheddar cheese. Kind of like a mature cheddar basically. So you're going to cut it into slices, chop each of those slices in half, chop down through them, and that's going to give you your small pieces of cheese. Simple as that. That's probably the easiest bit of this whole salad, chopping the cheese. And there it is, ready to go. Okay, we want to have some hard-boiled eggs. So we get a pan of salt water to just boiling, and we take our eggs. Now here's a great tip: if you're ever boiling eggs, no matter how you want them, stick a pin in the bottom of the egg, really, the bottom or the top, it doesn't matter. Stick it straight in, all the way in, and going to leave that little tiny hole, so that when you drop it into the water, can you see those tiny little bubbles that came out from where the hole was? I think you can see it a bit better on this egg. So as you drop it in, you see those bubbles come out straight away. That's because you've just dropped an egg into boiling water. If you did that without putting that little hole in, that pressure that's built up is just going to crack the egg. So because you want these absolutely perfect, you're going to take them out there. They've had 10 minutes, straight into really cold water. Leave them in there until they are cold, ready to handle, so about 15 minutes. Wrap them on the side, so just kind of crack around the shell. And again, just don't rush this. Just use your fingernail and just carefully peel off all of the outside. As you're doing this, you'll get to the bit where some of the shell is still sticking to your fingers, and what I do is just dunk it in the water like that, and it just gives you a really nice, makes it so much easier to peel off. But again, there's no special technique or tips. That's literally just cold water that we've put them in. We put them in the cold water immediately after cooking to stop the yolk getting that black bit that you sometimes see, which is just doesn't look nice. So there we go, 2 absolutely perfectly peeled hard-boiled eggs, and you can see how perfect they are as we chop into them. That's what you're looking for. So you want that, it's totally set the middle, but it's not set like a rock. It's like beautiful, firm, and really, really soft, with none of that kind of black weird ring that you get around eggs sometimes. So there's our 4 eggs. Not our 4 eggs, our 4 halves of eggs. So our 2 eggs. chop into them. And we're just going to, like we always do, go back and forth, back and forth. You know when you've chopped them enough because you'll get one consistent colour. It won't be a mixture of kind of yolk and white. It will all come together to be the most beautiful orange colour of chopped boiled egg. See, like that? Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So that's the chopped up boiled egg. Tomatoes. Big, thick, fresh, organic tomatoes I always think are the best for this, just because the outside is so sweet. We are just going to take off the tops, chop them in half, and don't forget this is with a blunt knife. Don't do this with a sharp knife, you don't need to. Just use a blunt knife and just chop out that inside bit that's got the seeds. Push those out with your fingers, give them a good clean, and then you're going to be left with just the tomato skins, which we're going to chop lengthways. And then take each of those lengths, chop into those, and that is of course going to produce a really nice, really uniform tiny little cube of tomato. There's your tomatoes. Roasted beetroot. Buy these ready roasted. You can roast them yourself, but if you buy them ready roasted, it's really, really simple to deal with. Just like we've done with anything else, we're just going to chop those into slices. Take each of those slices and chop them lengthways, and then take each of those lengths and chop them sideways on, and that is going to produce beautiful small pieces of beetroot. That roasted beetroot is gorgeous. Of course, it's an amazing colour, but it's a beautiful sweetness. It just adds so much to the salad. And now we're getting there now. So this is the body or the middle of the salad. So we're going to take a romaine lettuce, and the romaine lettuce is going to be chopped up. This is quite unusual about this salad. It's a bit like a Cobb salad where it uses a chopped lettuce. You don't see this too often. But yeah, the first lettuce that we're going to use is romaine. And we're also going to use some iceberg lettuce as well. So we're just going to take the top, maybe a little bit more of that. I figured we'd need. And again, this is going to get chopped up just like the romaine, so it's going to work through it. Whilst I'm just chopping this lettuce, if you like my videos, please hit like, and please hit subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you want to, of course, it's free for you, but it really helps me. If you choose to do that, thank you so much in advance. So there's our two lettuce, that's the romaine and the iceberg, which we're just going to mix together. And it's that we're going to build this salad around. So here we go, we're going to assemble the salad. So the first thing we do is put the lettuce mixture in the middle. And then now we're going to just arrange each of the ingredients around. So you've seen all the ingredients getting put together. There's the chicken, and we're going to just present them really, really nicely. So the chicken, the egg, you'll see everything that we're doing here. This salad is served in the Beverley Hills Hotel, the Polo Lounge at the Beverley Hills Hotel, and it was invented in the 1940s when a millionaire polo player named Neil McCarthy said to the chef, use these ingredients, make me a salad. Which, can you imagine the audacity? Just say, make me a salad, use these ingredients. It's gone on to become the most popular thing on the whole menu. They say that they make around about 600 of these salads a week. There's a team of people working on them. It's gorgeous. It's funny to think, it's just a salad, and you might look at this and think, of course I'm never going to do this. This is not a salad for a midweek tea, but I promise you, if you go to the effort, and it takes all day to make and all the chopping and all the rest of it, but you go to the effort, you'll see kind of why it's as popular as it is and as beautiful it is. You can see it's just really, really pretty on a plate. So there's all the components you see stacked around the outside. So we've got the chicken, the egg, the bacon, the beetroot, the cheese and the tomato. So they're all in their nice little segments built around the lettuce. It's gorgeous. And now an addition that was added to this salad in the 50s, this is not how Neil McCarthy originally had it, this was added in the 1950s because so many people requested avocado to go on top of the salad, so it just became a staple and it's now part of it. So the first thing you do to peel an avocado is just run your knife around the outside, chop into the stone, get rid of that. Now carefully, and just take your time here, just peel off the outside layer of skin with your hands, because you want to end up with a really nice, smooth, clean piece of avocado, which we've got there. And now chop all the way through the avocado, but don't go right to the back. You'll see what we're going to do with this in a moment. So we just slice all the way through to it, but you don't go all the way to the back. You're not chopping it into individual slices, because ultimately you want to be able to fan out this avocado, and this is how you do that. So there's the salad. I'm just going to fan out the avocado like that. You see how it stays together because we didn't go all the way through. Place it carefully in the middle of the salad, and that's it. The McCarthy salad. You present that to your guest in the hotel, in the Polo Lounge at the Beverley Hills Hotel. What they will do is they will dress the salad for you at the table. So they will ask you, you know, are you happy for me to dress the salad? Yes, please. Your waiter's going to move the avocado out of the way for you. And then add some of that aged balsamic dressing. Of course, they're going to add it out of a beautiful little, silver jug. Toss the salad for your guest. Just mix everything around together like that with a couple of teaspoons, and that's it. Let them get on and enjoy it. It's gorgeous, it's beautiful. Every single ingredient plays its part in there. The dressing is amazing, it's healthy, it's pretty. It's my favorite salad in the world. I really hope you enjoy watching the video. I hope you make it yourself. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.